All right, you guys, I am back. Today is still day 121. It is still June 5th, 2023. Let's get started. This is video 2 for day 123, which is this Wednesday. As you guys know today is Monday. Okay, so if you guys didn't watch the first video, what happened is that my treadmill stopped on me, okay, and I was almost up to speed 2, and so I think this key wasn't completely centered, even though I thought that it was. I guess it's very specific about how centered it actually has to be. Okay, so I'm at 1.1 right now, and I'm still doing favorite movies with Adam Sandler, and today I picked Just Go With It. Okay, so I walked at speed 2.5 mainly for video 1, and I'm at speed 2, and then I'm going to incline it right now to 15, and that's also why I was going to tell you guys why I'm so sweaty. It's because I already did video 1. Okay, so speed 2. Okay, let's get this inclined up to 15. As you guys know, I let it go up to 10. And then I have to use the arrows to get up to 15. Okay, so it's still raising. And still going. Okay, I believe I'm at 10. I think it stopped. Okay, so let's get to 15. All right, so it's flashing that it's at 15, and I haven't decided if I'm going to walk at 2.5 again. Let me get this to the page first, and then I'll decide. But yes, so video 1, I told you guys like the majority of the movie, almost to the end. And I believe, let's see here. Yeah, okay, so I'm over here. All right, I'm at speed 2. Let's see what happens. Because I think it's speed 2.2 is where it just stopped on its own. 2.3, 2.4, 2.5, let's stop there. Okay. So yes, I'll give you guys just a quick little part of the, toward the ending, because as you guys know, I usually don't even tell you all the way up to half the movie. Okay, usually I stop. But this time, I went almost to the end. Okay, so even after this part I'm going to tell you, there's still more to the movie. Okay, so the people were Donnie, supposed to be Dr. Danny McAbee, who's a surgeon, right? His assistant Catherine. Danny was Adam Sandler. Catherine was Jennifer Aniston. And then, if you guys remember, Danny asked Catherine to pretend to be Devlin, a made-up wife who was cheating on him that he was going to get a divorce from. Okay, so she went along with it. Okay, so if you want to know what happened in the middle of the movie and the rest of the beginning, watch video 1. Okay, so the part I left off was that it turned out that Devlin was a real person, and she was played by Nicole Kidman, and she was someone that Catherine knew from her past, and they are now sitting at a bar telling each other about their lives all the way up to now, confessing to each other that their lives are not as perfect as they seem, or as it seemed to the other one. Okay, so Catherine is telling Devlin how she has feelings for Danny, but he's going to marry Palmer, this girl that was the woman of his dreams, right? So Danny comes up, and I believe the wedding was going to take place like in Hawaii. And he had already planned on proposing anyway. So he comes up, he tells her, I'm not going to marry her. I'm in love with you. Catherine tells him about her feelings for him. And so there's more. Okay, so if you want to know what's the rest of the movie, or just go with it and watch it, okay? Now, I already told you this part, but here's the questions. What happens to Palmer? Okay, because remember, now Danny has decided not to marry her. Who I think still thinks that Catherine is his soon-to-be ex-wife, Devlin. So, does Palmer meet someone in Hawaii or anywhere else? Now that they have confessed their love for each other, does Danny and Catherine get together? Do they start dating? And if so, do they get married or do they break up? And I don't know, you guys. As you can see, I can barely keep my balance. I don't know if I can make the whole walk at 2.5, seeing as how I did that for the first video. I am not picking up my feet, that's my feet. I'm tuckered out already. Let's see if I decide to go down. 7 minutes, 35 seconds. All right, I'll keep going for as long as I can. And you guys, whew, this might be the 2.3 or 2.2 video. Okay, so there's other characters in the movie, and as you know, I mentioned them if I recognize their face, or if I recognize their face in another movie or TV show that I may have seen them in. Okay, so as you know, I myself just found this out about 3 or 4 days ago, that a lot of Adam's family members play in his movies with him. Okay, so we're going to start with Jackie Sandler. She played Veronica. I don't know if I can say that right. And as you know, in real life, Jackie is Adam's wife. Okay, Kevin Nealon played Adon. Aiden, I'm not sure how you say that. A-D-O-N. Rachel, ooh, I don't know if that's A or a U. Dratch, maybe, might be you. Played Kirsten Brandt. Sadie Sandler played, let's see, a part of the Hawaiian family at the rope bridge. She is Adam's daughter. Alan Colbert played Soul Patch. Michael Laskin played Mr. Maccabee. So I think he played Adam's dad, okay? Danny, the character's dad. Jonathan LaRae's played Pickup Guy number 1. And as you know, they act in a lot of movies together. And I believe they're longtime friends. Julie Dixon played Mrs. Harrington. And she looked familiar, but I think she just favors someone else I've seen. But in real life, she's a podcast host. Lorna Scott looked familiar. In this movie, she played Big Country. Andy Roddick played the good-looking guy on the plane. And he looked familiar too. So I looked him up, and he is a well-known tennis player. He was world's number 1. And he won the 2003 US Open. Okay, so very, very famous tennis player. Okay, you guys, I don't know. Let's see if I made it to at least 10 minutes at 2.5. Like I said, video 2, so I'm in my second stretch of 40 minutes. And no allergy medicine today. All right, let's check and see, because I don't know. 2.5, a whole 40 minutes, 12 minutes, 18 seconds. Okay, I have more on this page. And you know what? I'm gonna give myself a break. Okay, it didn't go down. It beeped, but it didn't go. I wonder, and it didn't go up, because I was at 2.5. Okay. Couple breaths, I'm at 2.3. And I catch up to myself here. Believe it or not, it's actually a little harder to slow down once you're going faster. I'm just not figuring that out. Okay. Moving on. More people, and just go with it. Mario Joyner. Down to 2. 13 minutes, 43 seconds. I'm not gonna front. That's a no for me. I'm not quite yet up to 2 videos at 2.5. And usually, there's only 1 video. Okay, so yes, Mr. Joyner. He played Henderson in the movie. And I recognized him from something else. Couldn't remember, so I went and researched. Okay, so he's a stand-up comedian and actor. He was the host of MTV's half-hour comedy hour from 1988 to 1992. And I've seen him, like I said, in other movies. One of them, I remembered when I found this information that yes, He was in that movie. Down to Earth with Chris Rock. Very funny movie. He played the Apollo MC, okay? Mario Joyner did. Like I said, it's Henderson in this movie, just go with it. Okay, so I thought, no wonder he looks so familiar. Amongst other things I've seen him in, just can't remember. Peter Dant, Silver Muppets Dant, Daint, Dante, not sure. Very famous actor. And he was pickup guy number 2. Branscombe Richmond looks super familiar. He played I Did It Again. Yesterday, I did the same thing. I wrote what he was, or what a person was in another movie, and I think a TV show, and forgot to put who they were in the current movie I was talking about. Oh my gosh. Let me think. I can't believe I did that, and I'm already past my break. Uh-oh. Okay, think. Richmond. Branscombe, Richmond. Just go with it. Let me think. Give me a second. No, he wasn't a bartender. I'm thinking. One. Two. Uh-oh. I don't remember, and I don't have my tablet to look it up. He's a really, really famous actor. Okay, pop quiz. Who was Branscombe Richmond? And just go with it. Okay, there's pop quiz for you guys. All right, now, who's he in real life? Branscombe. He's an actor and a stuntman. Like I say, he has a familiar face. And I never would have remembered his character name if I hadn't looked it up. Okay, because it just said that he was in The Renegade. I was like, oh yeah, that's right. And then I looked that up, the TV show. And it said he played Bobby Six Killer. And Renegade aired from 1992 to 1997. And then another movie he was in was Hard to Kill, which I think I've seen, I think. And I remember him from, like I said, other things as well. Okay, so what do I like about Just Go With It? Now, in video 1, I went over just the parts that I wrote about, the paragraphs. I really like, now I'm talking about more so the middle to the end of the movie, how, yes, it did, and I think I have to speed up because my left ankle's hurting. Here's a time check. 18 minutes, 35 seconds. Okay, so maybe 2.1 will help. Okay, so I liked how once they got to Hawaii, Danny bonded with Catherine's children. I think it was needed. You know, Catherine's a good mom, really good mom, and they just needed, that's so hard for me to say, because there's a lot of single parents, right? But they needed that extra person, okay? I won't say that they're like, needed to be a man, needed to be a husband figure, dad figure in a picture. I think that sometimes they're just missing whatever the other half of the relationship would be that the parent would have. Or someone other than that parent's like best friend. You know, the best friend is probably there all the time, or their kids might play together. They hang out a lot. That's how their kids met. But seeing their mom have like a special someone, but also having another special person to bond with. Basically, I'll go so far as to say, like, where they say it takes a village to raise a child, right? And so having more people in that child's corner is just beneficial for them. You as well, yes, but for them as well. It's one more person that can teach them things, do things with them. It's a special time for them. So I think as many bonds that they can form is good. So yeah, I think that was just good for them. Plus it was Hawaii. I've been once, as you guys know, last November, and let me tell you, Hawaii is gorgeous. Okay, I'll tell you about that in a second because I already talked with you guys about it. But I'll tell you a little bit about the beginning of the trip again. Okay, just in case you didn't see that video. After this water. Because even at 2, treadmill kicking my tail, okay? Like I said, video 2, second 40 minutes. Again, this is to make up for, today's Monday. Oop, man, my glasses crooked. This is to make up for this Wednesday. Like I said, I have a hair appointment Wednesday, and even though I'm finding having my hair pulled up, like I said I wanted to, is helping, I don't want my scalp sweaty. Because if I keep washing my hair, it's not going to dye well. And I'm noticing if we use bleach, when the dye fades, it seems to fade faster and it fades to that blonde. And my bleach was, hair was bleached too before we dyed. So I think we're going to do volume and no bleach this time. So I want to give my hair a fighting chance. Because between the keratin treatment, if you do it after you dye it, we did it before, but if you do it after, it locks in the color. But as you guys know, I use Ion After Color Sealer after we dyed as well. And I still have some of that preserving mask, even though they kind of switched it up a little bit and they call it like a protectant or something. I have it in the tube. You can leave it on for less time, like a lot less time. But to me, it just doesn't work as well as the preserving mask, which they discontinued. Of course, something that works, because that 10 to 15 minutes after you dye your hair, wash it, put that on, that could substitute also its conditioner. And there you went. And it did more than just sealing it. Like I said, it was a preservative, a preserving mask. So I'm glad I stocked up. After they discontinued, I found a seller on Amazon and bought the rest of what they had. Okay, so yes, time check and back to the review. 20 minutes, 23 minutes, 36 seconds. Okay, and Brent's Comedy Richmond, I'm so sorry. I can't remember, like I said, the character that you played, and just go with it. Like I said, pop quiz, you guys. All right. No, almost had it. Almost had it, but nope, can't remember. Okay, so, yes, he bonded with the kids. And I think that it was good that they found out that they did have feelings for each other, and that they went ahead and, you know, told each other, right? At least they said something. You never know what happens until you try. And so for them, it just so happens that they felt the same. Okay, like I said, there's more to the movie So you gotta watch it if you want to know if they actually acted on those feelings. Okay, so I think Hawaii was a perfect place for them to bond. It's fun. There's a lot of things to do. There's some parts you're gonna see of Hawaii and you'll be kind of shocked if you go. But the beauty of Hawaii just kind of blurs the rest of that away. There's graffiti, there's homelessness, like, I'm gonna say, well, that's everywhere, right? But it's like two places meshed together, you know? But it's gorgeous. And there's wild chickens, roosters, whichever, hens, chickens, whatever, running around. I never seen them with spots on them. Yeah, I have a short, actually. And you know what? So, okay, I have to remember. Yesterday, I said I was going to put the link to this cup holder, and we had to improvise. Strap not long enough to go over the arm for the cup to loop through. It's rubber. Okay, so I keep forgetting. I said I was going to put the link to it in yesterday's video, so I have that. And then maybe my wild rooster, whatever I call this short, I'll put it in this description box so you can see it. Like I said, it's footage from, they were across the street from the hotel that we stayed at, the window. Okay, so you guys can see that. I don't think it's a whole minute, even though it could be for a short. Okay, so yes, that was the perfect place for them to be, to fall in love. It's like, oh, they're in paradise, and now what are they gonna do? Now that they've said something, they spend a lot of time together there. They really bonded. So yeah, that's what I liked about the movie. And then the other stuff I liked, if you want to know, you gotta watch my video 1. Or if you choose not to, it's left up to you. Okay, all my walks are full length. It's my new treadmill that, as you know, did not work out the box. Okay, yes, for 3 weeks, went back and forth between Amazon Etsy and the seller. Got a refund and it still wasn't working. So my husband fixed it just to have it do what it did in today's video 1. It just stopped. Like, I don't even know if I was a minute or 2 minutes in. And it didn't like jerk. So luckily I didn't go ha and fly off. But I did keep the camera rolling, so you guys get to see I didn't touch anything. It just did it on its own. Okay, so like I said, I think it's drawing a lot of power from the outlet, possibly. Because so far as I know, there hasn't been a power outage today. And you guys, excuse me, because I'm tired. Or as I say, when I joke with my family, I'm tired with, yeah, with a W and it's tired with no R. Whew. So, I am super excited. I think the fact that I'm always dehydrated. Gotta fix my lips. Give me a second. Okay. Hopefully, I fixed that. I do not have a mirror to see. That's what happens when you don't drink enough water. Okay, so yes, time check, Hawaii. 29 minutes, 20 seconds. So when we went, our connecting flight was in Vegas. We landed in Vegas, and I think my right ear, I lost over half my hearing. Yeah, like 90% of it was gone. We had a layover, like maybe 2.5 hours. Whole time Could barely hear out of this ear. It was plugged. Okay, so we get on the plane, and Southwest has new planes called Max 8. They're really nice. So we're on this new plane for Southwest. I'm like, oh, that's cool. First time we've ever flown on their new plane. So we sit on the runway, or I think even before we go out to the runway, we sit there for so long, I fall asleep. My allergies had started the day before on November 10th. We lived from November 11th from Veterans Day. So here I am, Veterans Day, only half my hearing and allergies off the charts, you guys, just doing some fierce, right? You would think I was sick from my allergies, but like I was sick from a cold. But no, it's my allergies. So talking to a lady, really nice, she's sitting there, and like I said, I fall asleep. I catch a whiff of something, bam, wakes me up, right? Couldn't breathe. You would have thought I was having an asthma attack, and I don't have asthma. But allergies, asthma, and eczema are related, and I have 2 of the 3. Okay, so I have allergies, severe allergies, and I have eczema. So my allergy attacks are so severe, they would be the closest thing I could describe to an asthma attack. I know you said we never had one, you don't have asthma. I know, but I've seen someone have it. And I know the main thing is you can't breathe, right, at all. So I'm like trying to get myself to at least choke. How I sound right now, I can even breathe like this. And so I'm telling my husband, I'm patting him, he's like, what's wrong? I said, what is that? And I told the lady and my husband, I can't breathe. Now you're probably thinking, a really bad asthma attack, you won't be able to say anything. Okay, so like I said, I didn't say it was like a bad asthma attack, but it crossed the line over. And so I'm surprised I was able to swallow an allergy pill. Okay, because I could barely breathe to say anything at all. And I mean, of course, I had to drink the water to get the pill down, right? So it was her perfume. A flight attendant walked by, her perfume was like smack, smack. Like it smacked me like in my sleep and woke me out of it, right? I mean, I was sleep. Okay, I wasn't like, if you said something, I might respond. And then remember I responded to you later, no, I was out. That's like I said, we were sitting there forever. So finally, my pill started to kick in. Mind you, I still only have about 5, maybe 10% of hearing in this ear. And that's the side he's sitting on. So we finally go. We're in the air. They're bringing these boxes, fruit snacks, I think wheat thins, you name it, some type of cheese spread, something. It was in this box. I've never seen them serve anything close to what you would even consider a meal. But this time they did have a dip, some other stuff, right? Now, yes, I would prefer like some chicken and stuff in there, but a sandwich or something. But I mean, happy for what we got. Especially since if you want another box, they gave it to you. Okay, so from Vegas to Hawaii, it's like a 5 to 6 hour flight, nonstop. You're over the ocean. Okay, we're 33 minutes, 35 seconds. You guys, we get about halfway through. There's a medical emergency on the plane. My husband looks ahead, and he told me and the lady, he said, I was looking to make sure the cockpit door was closed. He goes, once I saw it was closed, I was like, we're good, because it's not the pilot or the co-pilot. So there were some medical professionals on board, thankfully, right? And I was thinking, they might have to come over to me next, because my allergies still, hearing still gone, right? Now it's like completely gone on the side. So we get ready to land in Hawaii. You guys, I don't know if you had to circle around what you had to do, but it just felt like someone took like knives, needles, ice picks really actually, and just was stabbing me like all in the face, like just nonstop, right? And I'm just doing this, I have a pounding headache too. I get migraines, the head's pounding. And I hear from this year. A little girl, or a little boy, I don't know, the kid's voice, say, "Mommy, why does my whole body hurt?" And I thought, you have to be kidding me, right? This kid is feeling what I'm feeling on their body. I don't know if it was a whole aching pain or if it was that stabbing. If it was a stabbing, I felt awful. As awful as I felt. Okay, because remember, I was already sick from allergies before we even left here. Before we even drove to go take the flight to get to Vegas. Like I said, I wasn't feeling well that week we left. So I was thinking, 35 minutes, 37 seconds. Poor kid. Poor anyone if they're feeling these sharp pains or any pain throughout their body. And like I said, I'm doing this, right? So finally we went land. And my husband told me, he had told me, yeah, that runway to land in Hawaii is short. The pilot has to time it just right. We come in right over the water. Like I said, you're going across the ocean. So I'm thinking, that didn't help because in the midst of all this pain and in the midst of me sniffling everything, I'm thinking, just land. Just have enough runway to land this plane. This plane is small, okay? Bigger the plane, more runway you need, right? I'm thinking. So he lands, kid you not, hits the brakes, right? And the flight attendant, one of them, I don't even know if they even knew they pushed the intercom thingy or if they meant to. They said, "Whew, we made it." I was thinking, you didn't think we was gonna make it? I guess you can't just go say, "Hey, don't panic, but I don't think we're gonna make it." I know they can't do that, right? Their whole thing is to keep you calm. But I thought, did she plan on saying that? Because you know, they make jokes. This is the mask, this is the this. The pilot cracks a couple jokes at the beginning of the flight, right? So I could tell she was relieved. To be honest with you, I was like, "Girl, I see you. I am relieved with you. I hate flying. I'm afraid of heights. I can't explain me in the airplane thing. I can't. I regret it every time. The takeoff is fun for me, but it's scary. But once we're in the air, especially like, we have not reached our altitude of 30,000 feet. You cannot take off your seat. I don't even think seatbelt's gonna help, but no, I'm not taking it off. I keep it on the whole time. So we land, 38 minutes, 4 seconds. It's bright, right? My glasses take magnetic clips. I put those on because now my eyes, my head still hurting, still pounding. Like I said, hearing completely going inside now. You guys, we get off the plane, you walk through part of the airport, you go out, go back in, and you just see the beauty. Before you even go to this other part, well, actually you're walking across, you're kind of like outside, but inside kind of, because there's no walls, so you can see, and you see these huge, weird shaped trees, huge, massive leaves. I mean, you could sit on my height and lay down, it could be like a hammock for you. And I'm in awe. I'm in pain. I can't hear out of one ear. The light, the sunlight is hurting my eyes, and I'm in Hawaii. It was the prettiest thing I've ever seen. And I stopped, we take a selfie, which I don't even know what happened to it. Took a picture, and went to the restroom. And the lady that was sitting next to me, which she saw my husband, I heard her say, my husband saying, yeah, I guess they talked. She went on. He waited for me. And yeah, so I spent 39 minutes, 22 seconds. The whole first day in Hawaii, we had Popeye chicken. We want to try and get extravagant. You know, I play it safe anyway. If I can't pronounce it or if it don't smell right, I don't eat it amongst my many food allergies. There is a pickiness to me. So, but what can I say? It's just the truth. So I think they actually delivered to the room, And so my husband, I still can't hear out this ear. He says, okay, we're gonna get cleaned up, we're gonna eat and relax. We got there early too. We got there early enough to walk around. It was like in between 11 a.m. and I'd say like 1, 2. So we had plenty of time to walk around, but we didn't. So I just got better. So far as that's concerned, the following morning, let's see, where are we at? 40 minutes, 19 seconds. Okay, so the following morning, I was finally able to hear out of this ear around 9 a.m., 10 a.m., but it was iffy. I mean, it was like, I could hear, but it was like muffled a little bit. But for the most part, it was better than hearing nothing. So yeah, that was the first day in Hawaii. All right, so I'm gonna stop here. 40 minutes, 47 seconds, 1.46 for distance, 156 calories, 2.1 for the distance. Did not make that whole 2.5, not this walk. And there we go. The final minutes said 41 minutes and 1 second. Okay. And it's so funny, you guys, because it's not crushing anything. It's just the plastic going down. So I kind of traded one sound for the other because, as you know, that treadmill squeaks like something awful. Like you have to let it warm up for like an hour to 2 hours, and it was affecting my walks, and I just, you know, couldn't really deal with it. It took up too much time to wait, and then I didn't know if after an hour or two, everyone, because it auto shuts off after an hour, if it was going to keep squeaking. So, like I said, then here comes this one not working out the box, right? So get it to working, and then it makes that clicking noise. So we're gonna hear that clicking noise every time. We have seen it incline and decline with the cover off, and it's done that clicking, and it's not smashing anything. Okay, so it's not breaking any plastic. So I don't know, you guys, I'll trade that clicking for the awful squeaking. That's why I said it sounded like. It sounded like a shopping cart, like those really bad squeaking ones. You're like, really have all the carts I can get, and you push and it goes like that, it stops, right? And then when you keep pushing, it's wobbling and it's squeaking too. Yeah, it sounded way worse than that. So it's been oiled several times, maybe 4, maybe 5 times. And I don't know, my husband uses it in the morning now, and so I haven't had a chance to ask him, does it make that noise? But of course, since he's not recording, he doesn't need it to be as quiet as possible, right? So I'm really hoping I'm at the bottom of the water with this, but I'm really, really hoping that this one does not stop again like that. Like I said, watch the first about 2-3 minutes of video 1, and you'll see I didn't touch anything, and it stopped on its own. And this was still on there, the safety key. It wasn't exactly centered, but I didn't think it was that sensitive. I mean, I've done about what, maybe having to do double days to catch up for days that I won't be able to walk. Coming up here shortly, and then making up for 2 days. I didn't want to get my hair all sweaty because they're hair appointment days before our event. So like I said, I wasn't expecting for it to do that, but then again I kind of was, because it started off not working to begin with anyway. It wouldn't rotate, so it shouldn't have surprised me that it stopped like that. So I was kind of halfway expecting it and halfway not. But anyway, you guys, okay, so tomorrow will be the last video for this week. Okay, so we'll pick up on Monday, but we're all caught up. Okay, we're caught up until the 11th. Okay, so that's why I did the double days, so that I still have the same amount of videos. So I'm gonna get in here, I'm gonna get cleaned up. I'm going to upload these, there goes my nose, like I said, no allergy medicine for 3 days. I'm actually happy because that means I'm getting a little bit better. But yes, get cleaned up and upload these videos, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.